Alrighty then. What is up, everyone? Happy Monday, June 24th. Welcome to our online open mic presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series out of El Paso, Texas. That's right. We're live and alive in the 915. My name is Richie David Marrufo. I'll be your MC and host today. And as always, we're coming to you from not just El Paso, but all over the country and all over the world. If you've tuned in before, welcome back. This is your first time tuning in. Perhaps you are an EPCC student in summer school looking to get a little bit of Tejano passport credit, then you found the right place. I do teach there. I am an English adjunct at Rio Grande campus. And if you guys need that code, just leave a little note in the live chat so I know you're here and I'll let you guys know what to do. But of course, we have been doing this online mic every single Monday since April of 2020. And I swear that time has flown by. It's 2024. And in that span, we've had many, many performers take this online stage. And of course, maybe even you. So if, we do have room on the list. We have a link in the description where you can sign up. And as long as it says live, let's see on YouTube, where does it say live? I always forget. Let's see. Well, yeah, I think on our channel, it lets you know that we're live. So yeah, as long as we're live, there's room to sign up. Definitely come on by. If you're here just to check it out, welcome. Also, shout out to everyone who was already tuning in. For example, Dan the Man, Mr. Daniel Tennessee, who just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. Looking forward to your set later. As well as Sandy in the house. Thanks for promoting the mic. I saw you sharing some stuff. Okay. Other than that, this is an online mic, like any other open mic. If you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. Again, if you want to know where that is, it is in the description. But of course, if you follow us on social media, I usually post a flyer with a QR code that you can use. So you can take a picture of that. Or if you have on certain phones, you can actually capture the QR code. There are ways to do it. You can tap on it, you can screenshot it and do that. But of course, you are also more than welcome to follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube has a link to our link tree. So does our Instagram and our bio. And in that link, I always post every week, every Sunday. Sometimes earlier than most. Most time it's later. But at some point, you can find the new link for every single Monday I post on there. In fact, if you subscribe to our link tree, um, it is for those links that I can actually send updates. I think those are the only ones that I send updates for pretty much. I do a link whenever we're in the news, if we have anything else going on, which there will be brief announcements. After that, we'll go ahead and get into the show. But yeah, that's always like the commercial. If you can, check out our link tree, subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. There you can also find our calendars. I have a Google calendar that you can click the link and you can subscribe to. I always recommend that because then you'll have it on your phone's calendar. And of course, you don't have to keep it there. You can uncheck it so it's not visible. And anytime you're curious to see when an open mic is going on, you can check it and it's all there. We also have a Facebook event page. So I do make an event for all our Facebook, all our in-person events, as well as online mics. So if you do use Facebook and would prefer that, we have a link there as well. Those are the top two links on there. Of course, we have a myriad of links, ways you can like support. We have a podcast. We have other content. We have a Cash App, other things. Anyway, so other than that, I did mention live shows. So obviously, every Monday we are online. Tomorrow we are going to be in downtown El Paso at Mona Bar of Modern Art. Come on by. I will be hosting. If anyone wants to help me, come on by. I can always use the help setting up, tearing down, putting stuff away, and just during the show. If someone does volunteer, they can help me taking photos, helping with video. Come on through. Otherwise, I'll be there. There's a kitchen now at Mona, so you can eat. There's the kitchen back again. They're very cool. I like those; are pretty awesome. Other than that, though, hey, Thursday we're going to be at Old Sheepdog Brewery. That's right, Old Sheepdog, and that will be hosted by none other than Kit. Always looking forward when Kit gets to host in person as well. Last month's Old Sheepdog was excellent. It was, I mean, we had a full list. We had to turn people away, unfortunately, but that's a strong mic when you just have a lot of people who show up. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going. Depending on the weather, I'd like to be outside in the patio, but we'll play that one by ear. But shout out to Old Sheepdog, and then there's a bunch of other stuff going on throughout the week. The Nitty Gritty open mic. Shout out to our friends at the Nitty Gritty. Have a big show on Friday. It is a showcase and an open mic, so come check that out. That's a Star City studio. And I will be doing a little Instagram feature with them on Wednesday. You can just see our social media for all those posts. Also, it's Fernando's birthday on Thursday. Those of you who know Fernando Antonio Montejano, fam, he's one of our BWOMS crew who has recently made it onto the radio, local radio station, a morning host, and his birthday is on Thursday. Friday we'll be having an event at Aaron and George's. So that's just kind of what's going on for the week. A little rundown in terms of open mics and us situated in the open mic scene. So other than that, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off, as we often do, with our friend Mike Sindler in Denver, Colorado. Yeah, that's right. It feels appropriate to start off with Mike with our friend Mike. When you're ready, Mike, go and take it away.
Okay. Happy birthday, Fernando. Um, One of these days I'd like to get a chance to listen to him on the radio. I'm sure it's good. I am going to, before I get started, go ahead and put up my little sign for lighthouseriders.org. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful resource for everybody, all you people out there in the land of YouTube should immediately check it out. So many great things. And I'm going to start with a piece that I wrote in a class I got to take with the amazing Jane Hirschfield a couple weeks ago. And it's called Wing. Pale gray moth on stairwell window. Reflection on pane, beats in reverse. Spiral railing imitates flight. My coffee shakes like wing. I drink bitter flutter. And this is another one, a little older, a few months ago, called Constant. Shifting stars are cause for change, but I am constant in my love. No connection to expectation. Time does not dull, no shift into retrograde. Stars birthed in Big Bang, heat reflected in first meeting's heartbeat. A dazzle that does not die rings independent of clockwork and sky. They say shooting stars are for making wishes, but I have ceased to wish for more. That what was and what is in balance and will be forever. And then this one is called The Limit of Love. Satellites fly past planet after planet. Telescopes look further out. Clearer views from massive lenses. Colliders search for smallest particles. Technology pulls both ends apart, finds assumption shattering discoveries, and yet no experiment ever conducted can find the limit of love. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the hat and do a couple of poems for summer. And this first one is by someone who I know is another of Kit's big favorites, and also Robin, who unfortunately is not here with us today. It's called Summer Holiday, and it's by Robinson Jeffers, who I also just, man, I think Robinson Jeffers is so great. When the sun shouts and people abound, one think there were the ages of stone and the ages of bronze and the Iron Age, iron, the unstable metal, steel made of iron, unstable as his mother, the towered up cities will be stains of rust on mounds of plaster. Roots will not pierce the heaps for a time, kind rains will cure them, then nothing will remain of the Iron Age. And all these people, but a thigh bone or so, a poem stuck in the world's thought, splinters of glass in the rubbish dumps, a concrete dam far off in the mountain. So that was cheery. Um, and this is by another, I consider one of the great American poets, Paul Laurence Dunbar, and it's called In Summer. Oh, summer has clothed the earth in a cloak from the loom of the sun, and a mantle, too, of the sky's soft blue, and a belt where rivers run. And now for the kiss of the wind and the touch of the air's soft hands, with the rest from strife and the heat of life, with the freedom of lakes and lands. I envy the farmer's boy who sings as he follows the plow, while the shining green of the young blades lean to the breezes that cool his brow. He sings to the dewy morn, no thought of another year, but the song he sings is a chant for kings and the whole wide world to hear. He sings of the joys of life, of the pleasures of work and rest, from an o'erfull heart without aim or art. 'Tis a song of the merriest. O ye who toll in the town, and ye who moil in the mart, hear the artless song, and your faith made strong shall renew your joy of heart. Oh, poor were the worth of the world if never a song were heard, if the sting of grief had no relief, and never a heart were stirred. So long as the streams run down, and as long as the robins trill, let us taunt old care with a merry air, and sing in the face of ill. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Hey, Mike, thank you for those. And as always, the plug for the Lighthouse Riders. Appreciate it. Cool. And for the uninitiated watching on YouTube, and I usually say this in the intro, I didn't. We welcome all original poems and prose, as well as new and old. But we also welcome cover poems, cover pieces. So yeah, it's a great way to give tribute to poets and writers of past or living contemporaries or even people that we look up to. So that is something we encourage, and part of that tradition is putting on the hat. That's the cover poem. Get it? So just throwing that out there for those of you who are joining us online. Once again, if you are here with us, just say hello in the chat. Once again, good to see Sandy and Dan here hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the open mic, and we're going to go from Denver to Pittsburgh, where we have Vale Larkin with us today to join us and shares another awesome set. So, Vale, when you are ready, welcome back and take it away when you're ready.
Hi. Okay, I'll just get started. Content warning for this first one for suicidal thoughts, but not, I spilled water on myself, but not actual actions or anything like that. One reason. It bites at me, chest deep in my solar plexus. I wish I knew where I was going, where I came from, or even where I'd been back before the world had closed in on myself, like collapsing walls, ceiling, floor, rising and falling and slamming together into a singularity of terror. I'm scared. Wish I knew how to get there, that mythical future you've all told me to wait for. I can't keep walking, can't take another step, and this isn't some poetic gesture. I'm afraid I can't do it. That ever elusive thing you're all waiting on while I throw punches and arias, kicks and kitchen knives, while my brain carves its always sharp, never soft or warm or comforting way through the world at my broken feet. I don't know what I'm supposed to be from a seated position. in a body that snaps and cracks open through the fog of my mind and my skin clouded by scar tissue. This is one reason I sometimes hold my breath, wish I could stop forever. Thank you. Zoetrope. In a great dark stillness, clouded and thick, moments illuminate briefly. Here is a child's hand weaving daisies, juice bitter digits sticking. Here is a child's hand holding paper, every fragment of pulp a mountain of possibilities against their fingertips. Here is a larger hand, but still with smooth satin skin, holding the body of a violin, of a dancing shoe, of a lover. Faster and faster, till they're light bleeding and blurring into a life, whole memories, events and people and places all strung together bead bright. Here is a hand, strong, nails short and chipped polish in dark shades. Here is a hand gripping knitting needles, a whisk, pen after pencil and brushes and shuttles. Here is a hand with lines forming, with trenches in muscles where they're wasting away, with bones and veins standing like sentinels over years that are coming too soon. Here is a handprint in clay, in turned earth, in bread dough, in the hand of a friend, a hand sinking into the fur of an animal, a hand holding, then reaching, opening, unfolding. Flashes like frames, like moments, like years. My spinning vision, fingers making the appearance of life. The ball leaves the hand, hits the ground, and returns. Thank you. One more. When all our wars. There's a pall on the air like a call, face covering, breath stifling, a dense, wet, ashen kind of air. The first concussion of the night tears through, sound stabbing every drum between the boom and the crash, walls down hard, slamming into the cellars. The keening of sirens, of screaming alarms, of the cries of the wounded is everywhere, like dust is everywhere. The scars of streets carve furrows in the flesh of the city, rent into rubble and broken glass. Look both ways. The men on these roads carry rifles and rockets. Look both ways. They will fire from any direction. Look both ways. Tanks do not stop and have never stopped. Look both ways when all our wars come home to us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vale. Heavy pieces. How can people follow? Do you have anything you want to promote first of all, and how can people follow and support you online?
I am going to post stuff in chat in 2 seconds for contact and stuff like that. But I don't have anything to, no, I don't have anything to promote right now, but thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. And I'll make sure to share those with our people on YouTube. Thanks for those heavy, heavy pieces. Yeah. Oh man. How's everyone doing? Again, if you guys are watching on YouTube, let us know. Say hi in the live. We have a live chat. Just it's just good to know who's listening. And again, we have a pretty decent list. So stick around. We got more people, and again, we're going to be traveling all around the world it looks like. I'm super excited for that. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and go from Pittsburgh to we keep on traveling a little bit northeast, at least from where we're at here in El Paso. We're gonna head this next performer is taking us to the East Coast, the Northeast. That's right. It's time to check in with our main man in Maine. It's time for Generalissimo, and I know most people think of Spanish Franco, but I always think of the Panamanian reggae dancehall artist El General. And if you don't know, look them up. Generalissimo, Brand Franco, what is up, man? Welcome back. Take it away when you're ready. Good to see you.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first piece was something that I read and that I wrote in Tumbleworks called "Why Me and Mr. Bubble Are Best Buddies." There is an imaginary threshold when adults rediscover baths. We learn showers are more efficient for cleaning the daily muck, mire, blood, sweat, and tears of our daily lives. But the solo adult bath is about solitude. It is about sinking into warm, bordering on hot water, often with Mr. Bubble or Dead Sea salt or some sort of herbal bath bomb. The water infuses said bombs into steam, perfuming the air of the bather who just lies there and escapes everything in their life for the amount of time they spend in the tub. There's something therapeutic about the noise of the draining bathtub that doesn't necessarily mimic nature, but feels as if it does, due to the recent psychological escape room that didn't require solving riddles or in word games. The bather's skin feels luxurious as the bathroom air surrounds their body. Then they shower away the residue of the bath to return to life with a cleaner perspective. The second poem, writing a poem after a relatively productive trip to the farmer's market. Sitting on a bench on a balmy, breezy day, I wipe sweat from my forehead with a paper towel I got from one of the vendors at the farmer's market. I bought fresh dill and curly parsley. I'll mix with paper-thin sliced mini cukes, mini zooks, and radishes into creamy goat cheese for an incredible bagel spread, peppered with a dash of white pepper and lime zest, and finely chopped pickled sushi ginger. I bought a kohlrabi with thick leaves rising from its base that mimic collards. I think I'll make a slaw with the kohlrabi leaves and stems with thinly sliced red onion and multicolored carrots, dressed with my signature coconut cream, whole grain mustard, and tamarind dressing, which also makes for a terrific sando spread. I'll cut the kohlrabi in wedges, spray the cut edges with Chinese black vinegar, and sprinkle on a mix of nutritional yeast, hemp hearts, ground coriander seed, cardamom, and allspice, then bake them till the top edge is charred. I'll toast a sesame bagel, spread some veggie herb spread on both sides, then top one with an over-hard egg and the other with a blackened portobello I roasted last night, which is in a Tupperware in the fridge, impatiently waiting to be eaten. All that and a nice side of roasted kohlrabi and slaw make for a yummy and healthy brunch. When a person skips breakfast, the first meal of the day is always brunch. And then I have one more piece, which is called How to Pick a Perfect Watermelon. When I was a kid in Mobile, Alabama, Mom would drive us 4 miles west of the city line out to the small rural town of Sims. Pickup trucks lined the side of the road selling watermelon, corn, and jars of honey with chewy honeycomb suspended and the golden viscous nectar. When she bought a jar of honey, which was a very rare occasion, my brother Paul and I couldn't wait to get home to chew on a chunk of honeycomb. Those sojourns to country roads were always about the watermelons, specifically sugar babies. As sweet as candy, these little dark green stripeless edible bowling balls with ruby red interiors were southern delicacies. The men who parked their trucks on those sweltering summer days would often have a sample melons they'd cut a plug from for the city folk waiting in line to get a taste. Every once in a while the proprietor would pull a straw from a broom, place the straw on a melon, and if it twirled round and round, then we know the melon was ripe and ready to eat, not that they weren't anyways. The melon would be placed in the bottom shelf of the fridge to keep it cold till after supper. Dad would make burgers grilled with sliced onion in the center of the patty, topped with black magic, a blackening spice blend made for beef and pork that could only be gotten at the penny profit, my great uncle Reuben's butcher counter grocery store on Julia Street in Montgomery. In 1935, when Uncle Reuben was searching for a location, when he found the storefront on Julia Street, he considered it a sign from God because he was married to Aunt Julia. Mom always made either a carrot raisin salad or slaw, which was dressed with Durkee sandwich bread and slaw dressing, a Southern pantry staple. Dad would put the buns in the oven directly on the oven grates with a damp paper towel on top. This method would both steam and toast the buns. We had special kosher dill pickles bought from a Jewish deli in Atlanta. We always had all the fixings, the pickles, lettuce, and juicy red tomatoes. My brother Paul would swirl mustard and ketchup on his to create a makeshift barbecue sauce, while I was a mustard-only guy, and my oldest brother Alan used both mustard and mayo. If cheese was part of the burger, Dad would place a slice of Swiss on the burger for a couple of minutes on the grill. If we were lucky, Mom also bought some corn from the watermelon truck. Of course, my mother's sons were forced to shuck the husk and brush the silks from the corn. They'd be boiled, then stabbed with corn holders that looked like corn cobs. Then we'd slather butter and sprinkle salt and or pepper on the corn before having added as an appetizer to our burgers and slaw. And of course, fresh brewed Louisiana brand iced tea or Coca-Cola to drink because Pepsi is a sin in the South. Then came the sugar babies with ice cold ruby red juicy crispy interiors that Mom expertly sliced with knife skill speed that would put Bobby Flay to shame. Eating a slice of sugar baby required wearing a napkin as a bib so the sweet juices wouldn't permanently stain my shirt. It was always the best part of the meal. It was the perfect palate cleanser that primed our taste buds to remind us future similar suppers were in the near future. Thank you very much.
No problem. Appreciate it. And as always, I love when you write about food, man. I made the mistake of not eating though, so now I'm like super hungry, like my stomach's hurting. Anyway, how can people follow and support your work online, including like anything you got going on?
Just Generalissimo Brian Franco on Facebook and GNRLSMO on Instagram. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian. Okay, let me get back on there. Hey, yeah. Oh man, yeah, I haven't eaten in God, Brian writes about food so well. My stomach is like uh, getting mad at me pretty much. Like, yo, hear all that good food. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on with the online mic, guys. Once again, welcome. Let's go ahead and continue, and I will post a list for those of you who are here right now and haven't had a chance to see it yet. But right now, we're going to go ahead and come back a little bit more towards the region. Our next performer is a little bit north of here, between here and Las Cruces, and we have in San Miguel. Again, she has a book out and is going to share some poetry today. Always welcome her back on the show. Let's go ahead and welcome back AJ. Hey, go ahead and take it away when you're ready.
Okay. This video has been spotlighted for everyone. Cool. All right. I am going to find the poem. It's called I Lie Because You. And so let's all go there. It's a little long. I lie because you. I never thought I'd write this song. I've been in love with him so long. Our souls are joined. He is my life, but you remind me so of him. I can't control the way I feel. I try to lie to me, to say I don't feel what I feel, to make this tension go, just go. But I'm so drawn to hear you play because you remind me so of him. I know it's just not fair to say you because you. I'm trying to unravel this feeling. I have to know why. It's much, much worse than that. I don't know why. I want to know because you remind me so of him. I feel the tension. I try to say it isn't there. My body shivers and I lie. I say it's not a thing. I lie. If I'm too close, my knees go soft. I lie and lock them in. I want to know, and yet I don't. Please go away. No, stay. It's hard because you blend with him. My body knows it's true. Mind lies. The wall of snark keeps you away. It keeps me safe inside. I lie. I lie to me. I lie to you. There's no hope but to ride it out. If there's an end, let there be light. I'm helpless, hopeless, falling in because you remind me so of him. It isn't fair. You should be loved for you and only you. It isn't fair. Life should be fair, but love gets lost in tangled dreams. Love mixes with real life. Love comes alive out of the blue. I cannot say it's love, this thing. I only know that I want more. Yes, more than. No, no, no. I could make a mess of things. A morning of regret, a night of passion built of lies. I lie, I twist, I turn my mind. He is my soulmate, body past. I pledged my love to him. He has my heart, my soul, my dreams. But why? Just why you? I tell myself I'm wrong. Oops. I tell myself that you don't know it's true. I lie, I lie, I lie. I see you smile, I see you play. It scares me just to say. Please tell me why I write this song. Please say I am not falling, twisting, shivering, that confusion doesn't reign. Please say the tension isn't real. Into the dark abyss of confusion, hope, denial, want. So many wants, conflicting wants, terror in the words, terror in the care, terror when I see me write the feelings I can't dare. But dare I have, and now I lie and tell me they're not there. I lie to you, I lie to me, I lie because I care. I want to know just who you are. I want to know you more. But danger lurks behind each truth, behind what's there to know. And this is true. It's not a lie. To know more is to love. A stranger hidden is not loved. It seems that that's a lie. Perhaps it's just attraction then. Perhaps it's not a thing. But that's a lie. So many lies. Wrapped in the sound, wrapped in the memories, wrapped in the past, wrapped in love's soft ease. You're hot, so hot. You crackle in my space. Your eyes hook me like tensor beams. I'm falling into you. I'm not, but then I'm lying. Yes, I am. I want to know you. No, I don't. I want to get away. I don't. I don't know up from down. I'm lost. I'm twirling, swirling, twisting, running, hiding, lying, lying, always lying. I want to lay you down. I can't. Would you love me too, like him? Because you, because you, because you. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, no, awesome. Cool.
I told I told you
Go
it's
ahead.
going to be phenomenal, didn't I?
Yes, I love the performance of it. Love the rhythm, the poetry behind it all. Um, Definitely. For people who are tuning in, tell us. You said it's out on Amazon now. Tell us about the book.
Yeah, I finally got all three versions. Like, why all three versions? There's a Kindle version, there's a color version, and there's a black and white version. And it seems like you might just upload the book wrong. Kindle is a piece of cake. Everything else, rains down concrete chunks all over your life. But anyways, it's called "Is There Love After PTSD? Hope, Connection, and Freedom to Be Who You Are." Um, it helps if you kind of look it up like that. Is there love after PTSD? And my friend just sent me a text today with a picture. She got her book in the mail. So yeah, that's happening. The book was written by me and my friends. There's a lot of poetry. Some I wrote, some my friends wrote. There are song lyrics. Um, and actually, if I do say so myself, it's a pretty phenomenal book. And I wouldn't be able to say that if everybody who volunteered to write a story or share a song hadn't. The book is pretty much made by people willing to talk about what it's really like to live with PTSD, but continue to grow, to succeed, to do music, to get out there and perform in spite of everything. So there you have it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, JJ. Awesome. And yeah, you had been reading from your chapters, and it's nice to hear the more poetry too, so you see you can do it all. And yeah, we were saying it could be a slam poem, get you in a poetry slam. Uh, we might have some more kind of soon, a lot of poetry stuff going on. But really quick, so we're going to continue on. Again, welcome to the online open mic. If you're just tuning in, that's what this is. If you are an EPCC student, just say hello in the chat. Let us know, and I'll follow up on how you can get Tejano passport credit if you're taking summer school. Other than that, thinking about the future, we're going to have a workshop in July at in Las Cruces. It's going to be an ekphrastic poetry workshop. It's supposed to coincide with an exhibit from El Paso artist Angel Cabrales. So as soon as we get the info on that, I'm trying to work with the libraries to get a time starting that won't interfere with Tumble words. Because at first they wanted to do it at noon. I'm like, no, we can't do that. So I'm asking for 3:30, and hopefully that could be a decent enough start time for that workshop. But yeah, it's going to be an ekphrastic workshop. So those of you in the El Paso, Las Cruces area, in that region, be on the lookout for promo for that soon. Let's go and continue though. We got some pros coming up, and that's right. We got our friend from Allentown, Pennsylvania, join us. We got Kazi Kaz in La Casa. What is up, man? As always, love your work. Looking forward to what you have today. When you're ready, go and take it away. Happy Monday.
Thank you, thank you. Happy Monday to you too. Happy Monday to everyone. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? All right, all right. So, excuse me. I have this piece. This one is titled "My Dear Aunt Sally." My very educated mother's dear Aunt Sally just served us 9 pizzas. Because as we all know, every good boy does fine. Had I known she was coming, I would have baked her a cake. And I would have eaten it too, you know, as if it were mine. Excuse me. Since then, I've watched reindeer play antelope games while the buffalo do what they do when in Rome, because there ain't never been no place like home to start parting the sweet sorrows of tomorrow, from which more likely than not, today's gonna end up having to borrow the hindsight of yesterday's past, which is only a day away from the precipice of kicking somebody's ass. Because frankly, my dear Watson, I don't give a damn, which is elementary, like the non-televised revolution during which Fee-Fi was the foe that fumbled the truth that would have set you free, like the power of knowledge in life's forbidden tree. Amidst the certainty of death and taxes, it's like curtains when you're placed in a certain bracket of one of the greatest of rackets to have ever done it, until our stock price plummets down into the damn gummit of G. Williker's sinister plot, while Dag Nabbit and Golly G keep plotting on me. So please forget to forget me not, because I'm no longer my sibling's keeper, but my brother from another mother. I got you, because you my motherfucker. So here's looking at you, kid, because the world's a stage, acting like it got some damn sense. See, I am. Therefore, I think about everything but the kitchen sink that's on the brink of the verge's edge. But by the looks of it, it seems Houston may have a problem because all that glitters ain't gold, since there might be greener grass on the other side of the book cover, which shows how a small man can take a giant leap for mankind's next step. Oh, and did you hear? Mother Goose's goose got cooked because it got loose in the gin and juice and it got its neck stuck in the noose. Just turn on the news. It's full of useless information. And now the scorned woman from hell is furious because money don't grow on trees since it's the root of all evil, like most people who sit under church steeples. So if and Ann would butt out the conversation, perhaps maybe could tell me where my peoples is at. Probably eating Kit Kats like Tic Tacs on TikTok, ticked off, doing the crip walk full of shit talk from feeling ripped off after failing to try and try again because the success from just showing up is at 80%. So if the shoe fits, yell YOLO until you're stronger than what doesn't kill you, since there's no tomorrow to live like, especially when your 2 cents worth of beans don't add up to a mountain's molehill. Because when you blindly follow the blind, your mind fails to see the divinity of forgiving human error, which stands to unite the fallen who have been divided by those who came to see how they could conquer all. Long story short, this land isn't so free because bravery left home. And since we're not in Kansas anymore, I may just take Toto to Africa and wait for Dorothy to catch up because she sure ain't cutting the mustard. So I'm going to keep walking through the evil valley of all of my death-riddled shadows with no fear. To be continued or not to be. Wait, what was the question? Thank you.
Oh God, I love that. I'm gonna be listening to that and trying to check off all the allusions and wordplay, and that's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing, man. Any thing you want to promote right now as well? Social media, YouTube, anything?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I'll put all that info on the chat.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Kazi Kaz. Go follow him if you have not had a chance to already. I love the wordplay, I love the playfulness in language, the taking colloquialisms and common sayings and bending them enough, that's super fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
you're just spitting bars too. I got a kick out of TikTok ticked off.
Right. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Awesome, man. It's always great. You can join us on these Mondays. It's always so much fun. And adding to all our people from all around the world. I love it. I love that we are going out of our region here in the US Southwest and just connecting with people all over. So awesome. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and bring it back home for this one. If you were here at the beginning of the show, You already heard his name. You've already heard his name. He will be emceeing and hosting our open mic this Thursday at Old Sheepdog Brewery. If you guys are free, come on through. Sign up starts at 7. The show's going to start after 8, and we'll be there pretty much till about 11 or so. They have craft brews and they have food that they serve. Last time there was a really great food truck out there, but they have their own kitchen. So without further ado, it's time for the man of many hats, including BWOMS bouncer, host, MC, digital. What was the? I already forgot the term, the phrase. I'm gonna have to get that one from you right now. But you know him as Mr. Monday Night. It's time for Kit Ren. Take it away. If you want, go ahead and run away with it.
Yeah, I think we settled on digital producer or something. I was trying to make this a resume point, but that can change. We can come up with something new. We're not married to the past here. So 2 things that I don't think I read here, but to 2 of me and then the cover. On hearing that these at last are the end times, I think of the great dictator Salazar, who awoke from a long coma to a newly democratic Portugal. And I think of the aides who printed fake newspapers and diplomatic cables so he could live his last few months of life contentedly. I think of Tsar Nicholas II cracking down on a spontaneous march in his honor because no marches meant no marches. I think of Franco using state power to make sure that his favorite player went to his favorite team. And that, kid, is why we don't cheer for Real Madrid in this house. I think of Richard Nixon sending in a play to George Allen on the Washington sidelines. It lost 8 yards. I think of Hitler's painting, Stalin's poetry, and Saddam Hussein's pseudonymous romance novels. I think about how Yeats wanted to be a wizard and Crowley wanted to be a poet, and so they lived lives of unmoored homoerotic jealousy. I think of the quack doctor who shoved food up President Garfield's rectum for months. The assassin's bullet might not even get an assist on the stat sheet. I think of the Sultan who killed Genghis Khan's messengers and maimed the follow-up messengers who were sent to see if there was some mistake. Oh, there was. There was. I think of Frederick Barbarossa drowning in the Crusades in 8 inches of water because his armor was too heavy and he fell down. I think of Gregory of Tours writing The Complete History of the Franks by candlelight. He knows he's not up to the job, but he knows the end is near. It's almost 600. Nobody else is up to it either, because he lives in a fallen time. I come at last to my point. I do not think that we are devolving. I think we've always been about this stupid. This age is louder, true. The destruction of hierarchy of authority sounded better in the brochure. We have a machine in our pocket that screams at us, so we scream back, trying to win. But we did not invent screaming. The idiot is Wi-Fi enhanced, but not Wi-Fi enabled. Just outside the frame of every old master is a man. Statistically speaking, he is a man who is deeply mistaken about the nature of the world. And next one. I also have a title for this one. I'm getting better at that. This one's called Dream Number 44, Rude Boy. In my dream, Rihanna was upset with me. We were at the same high-end social gathering. They had champagne. They had caviar. They had those little sandwiches that are rolled up like pinwheels. I was about to unroll one and eat it like a ham and romaine fruit by the foot when Rihanna saw me and made a scene and told me to get out. And I did, because it came to me within the dream as a memory. She was right. I had, after all, called off our engagement and not explained my reasoning. I thought I was holding her back. I thought she needed to be free. As I mentioned, I had not said any of this to her. She was left with the impression I was just a flake, another self-important jackass. She was through with poets. I was not in a position to argue. I know how it looked, how I looked, with 2 feet of ham dangling from my mouth like an aardvark's tongue. The bar is playing Rihanna, and the bartenders were children when SOS came out. And I am full of regret over things that never happened. Choices I wasn't presented with, not even within the complicated timeline of my dream. I am sorry, Dream Rihanna. I was trying to do the right thing. And for my cover poem, going to a classic in my book, in my repertoire of cover poems. Going to do Diet Mountain Dew by Timothy Donnelly. I have built my ship of death, and when a wind kicks up, I'll cut it loose to do its thing across an unnamed lake of you, a firefly sent pulsing through the nonstop estivation of the verses of our South, who in its larval phase would feast on bitter worms and snails, who emerges from its mud chamber, our planet's most efficient luminescence, who turns chemical energy into radiant energy, shedding very little heat. So will I sail the compass of you, pleased with my cold light. I have built my ship of death, aglow in sturdy chemicals and powered up at night like American Express. I'm all customer service, only minus the customer. No service to speak of other than death. You will know my logo by its absence. And slogan from the past, ad for the sugared style of you on TV in my youth. It goes like this: when my thirst is at its worst, and then I let it trail off into the unsayable. Or is it just unsaid because my mouth is full of you again? A green like no other green in the dale, in delicate green or green indecent, surpassing the fern and sprout in April's optimistic leaflet. Some stop to admire in nature. They take photographs, non-cognizant of other vehicles. You are too green for pasture. You are my green oncoming vehicle, usurper of green, assassin to the grasshopper and its plan. I put me in your path, which is the path a planet takes when it means to destroy another. I think you know I'm okay with that. A green like no other green, resplending in production since 1940, when brothers Barney and Allie Hartman cooked it up in Tennessee, qua private mixture, named after moonshine. Its formula then revised by Bill Bridgeforth at the Tri-City Beverage Corps in 1958. Year Linwood Burton, chemically inclined entrepreneur and ship cleaning service owner, sold his formula for a relatively safe maritime solvent to Procter & Gamble of Ohio, who went on to market it under the name of Mr. Clean, whose green approaches yours, then at the last second swerves into a joke. Yellow plays on green to make blue jealous till it blows up in its face, but I can't not love the smell of it. Citrus reimagined by an extraterrestrial lizard, which is to say inhuman, in the way you say inhuman to me, a compliment unraveled in the drawl. Hey, you over there, you look so unaccustomed to temporality, I would have sworn you were inhuman. And time for it after time I fall, further evidence of my humanity. I am at heart no less susceptible to rot than the felt hat on the head of the rifle-toting barefoot hillbilly, your mascot, until he disappeared in 1969. Instinct says he must have shot himself in the woods, in the mouth, one sunrise when a frost was at hand and the apples fell thick and he was way too awake when he did so, not to think there would be another waiting like a can of you in the 12-pack in my refrigerator. I have built my ship of death, and enough already. Every toxic sip of you preparing for the journey to bloviation. I leave to return and return to depart again the stronger for a satisfaction being bound to no port has afforded me. I have built my ship of death so that even when I crawl back down into the hold of it, alive as what unnaturalness you can keep me, it's only to emerge from the other end of it intact and perfectly prepared to be your grasshopper.
Take a deep breath.
Timothy Donnelly. Timothy Diaphragm, you could say. But the Tumblewords project tumbles ever onward. Yes, and a happy early birthday again to Fernando Antonio Montejano. They'll be in the afterglow celebrating their birthday when they present My Soul Speaks Revelations to the Tumblewords crew. It's going to be a great time. We're happy to have them back. And it'll be the afterglow of him presenting one of their favorite movies, Speed Racer, at Aaron and George's Film Cafe on Friday. When I saw Speed Racer in theaters, the power went out at the Cinemark, and so I've never seen like the last 30 or 45 minutes. So I'm planning on going just to say hello and to like learn something. And then the day before that, we're going in reverse chronology. The day before that, I will be hosting this very open mic at the Old Sheepdog Brewery in Central. The wonderful place. They have food, and you can play the food truck lottery. Last month there was a really good Indian place. There were multiple food trucks. There's always something going in and out. But they also have burritos that they make themselves that are quite good, and the beer that they brew themselves is quite good. Everything's pretty good. Everything's really good. I don't have any complaints about anything in the world, but I'm sure I'll find something. I just haven't thought about it hard enough. But you'll see me again when we bring Dan on at the very end. But until then, thank you, Richie.
All right, appreciate it, kid. Yeah, I was just actually sending you the flyer for Thursday if you wanted to share that with people. All right. Kid, everyone. Yeah, that last piece, damn, that was a good practice there on the breathing and delivery. That's making me think of workshop ideas like the breath. Okay, whatever. I'm thinking out loud now. Here, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the online mic. Welcome back. Good to see you guys. I didn't give a shout out to some of you guys who are online right now. For example, Juicebox. Good to see you again. We're gonna go ahead and bring up. Oh, we're going to go ahead and go international. That's right. Our next performer is joining us from India once again. And again, you can check out his show, The Fertile Brains. You can look that up on Facebook. It's our friend Prasanna, the unruly poetaster. Hey, man, welcome back. As always, nice hat.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you. That was lovely introduction. And thank you, Kate. You're brilliant. And thank you, Michael. Thank you, AJ and Cozy Cause. I missed you last week. We had shared a Zoom link to join. But yes, I just have announced today in the wake of celebration of Fertile Brains in June 19th. We are rolling out a new anthology which is called Reach for the Sky. So Reach for the Sky, those who have contributed or those who have made it to the open mic or Fertile Brains are welcome to contribute their pieces so that we can publish them. So I just have put the description on my wall, Facebook wall. You could check it out. And I could just be, Michael Schindler was there, and Generalismo was there, and our Eddie. So we will look forward to your submissions. Thank you. Thank you, Richie. And here is my piece. Next to the times, I'll see the breeze of infinity stretching its hands to reach out to a million dreams. The reveries of uncharted pages where I scribble the verses of esoteric essence. Now aeons and eternal vision synchronized to become a synchrony to write a dance of the cosmos. And I became a witness to interplay of eras and space. That's a short piece. If I permitted, I could go with another one. Yeah. Let's move ahead in the realms of dreams. Let's float along with the clouds in the vista of skyline. Let's tap feet in response to the tinkles of tune. Let's pirouette on the dance floor, skating across the arena of vast boundaries. Let's dive in the rhythm of life. Let's play the symphony of rhymes. Thank you.
As always, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you, man, for making the time. Awesome. See you again when you're ready to come back. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. The unruly poetaster. And again, cool to see a lot of the community blending together. You know, he mentioned a couple names like Mike Sindler and Ed Poetastic, Brian. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and continue with our international tour. That's right. Before we come back to the nation's capital, we're gonna stop off in Canada, where we have our friend Cassie joining us from Ontario. Cassie, what is up? Are you here with us right now? This is not a seance, but a poetry Zoom call. Maybe, perhaps. Sometimes there's internet stuff. Yay, what's up? How you doing? Let's do the robot check.
Yeah, I guess we can. Does it sound like a robot?
No, you don't. I like out of context. That just sounds like you're super paranoid, you know, about like conforming. Not a robot, man. All right, Cassie, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, thank you. So this is called Avoiding Barriers. The truth is, I avoid searching for the palace because I expect a tall metal gate to surround it, one whose reach extends so high that at its feet, as it towers over me, I would feel so small that I would have no hope of climbing it, of making it over its relentless spiky tips. The truth is, I have spent so much time picturing what this barrier will look like, confident of its cold demeanor, fixed between a narrow floral pattern, callousness carved from black shiny metal, its elegance so self-assured, taunting me with its declarations, promises of gated prosperity on the other side. The truth is, if I were to make the trek there, down a winding, dusty road, whose end would seem agonizingly elusive, I might arrive to see no gate at all. The truth is, I expect guard dogs, or worse yet, guard geese, who take no crumbs. But the truth is, if I make it beneath the high arch of the doorway, there may be no dogs, no hissing birds, or perhaps the predicted dogs will greet me as though I have come home, join them after a long, unnecessary absence. And I believe that's all I have for tonight. Yeah, if you are curious to see more of my poetry, I kind of infrequently post on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you can follow me at Relentless Intrigue. Okay, thank you, Richie.
Awesome. Thank you, Cassie. Relentlessly intriguing. Hold on, let me get back on here. All right. Cool. Yeah, sorry, maybe the robot test. Yeah, we're gonna start having to doing a captcha test, and I'm gonna have you like, all right, Cassie, identify. I'm sorry, this is a long-winded joke that's not landing, especially if you don't know. But you sounded great today. As always, thanks for sharing the poem today. All right, let's go ahead and continue onward with our friend in Washington, D.C. As always, great to see you. And let's welcome to the stage, Mr. Ed Poetastic. Welcome back, Ed. Take it away when you're ready.
Thank you, Richie. You are fantastic, majestic, and bombastic. Woo! Happy birthday, Fernando. All right. My name is Ed Potasso, Fit Fantastic. Please time you can join my rhyme follow sublime. I got one short poem and three medium-sized poems, so it'll take too much time. All right. The first poem is The first poem is the bitter flavor. The bitter flavor. The taste was savory, the aftertaste of slavery. Your tongue was tart. I couldn't raise your heart. You mash my generosity, sprinkling in a little fantasy. You boil my heart away. The flare was smoky gray. You left me baked in the sun. It wasn't crisp, umami, or fun. As I lie here cooking in grease, I didn't have a moment of peace. As I envy cookies and minced meat, stay out of the kitchen if you don't like the heat. Thank you. And my first one is from Wonderful Kids Workshop, Tumble Word. This is called The Ever Changing River. I was a boy. I didn't understand joy. My mind had laggy gears, always lead me into tears. A weakness I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend it with my hands. Now I'm smart with a big heart, weaving literary art. I'm still growing and flowing. I stopped trying to be. It didn't give me glee. I stopped changing, but be more engaging. I learned an important thing. Hear it? Are you listening? Go where life takes you. Keep swimming in the blue. I know life is full of strife, but how can we learn wrong from right? Some people can be bullies. Some can be melodies. You are not your final stage. Don't be stuck in a cage. You change every day. Please go your own way. Keep mowing your clay till the cobwebs go away. Remember, you are a butterfly. You change like our babe blue sky. You might not never change. Now, that's odd and strange. If you think so, it shall be. This is a prophecy. You move like the sea. Thank you, Aniket. This is called the Maybe Pit. My foggy mind My mind foggier than a cracked snow globe, with a crying heart spread out as a crimson silk robe. I feel like a small fish out of water, gasping for air. Does anyone have clear wisdom to share? My body's so heavy, it feels like a bag of lead. I don't know why I rest on a soft bed. Maybe I'm lonely, just another sailor with Wilson lost at a clear blue sea. Maybe I'm angry, just tired getting covered by this annoying heavy debris. Maybe I'm sad, just feeling nostalgic for the ghostly things I used to have. Maybe it's fear, just unforeseen monster ready to pounce and put me to tears. Maybe it's doubt. Maybe I just want to ponder on the soft couch. Maybe it's grief. Maybe I'm waiting for a summer breeze of blissful relief. Maybe I'm depressed. Maybe someone can remove this rock slide off my chest. Maybe I'm bored. Maybe I need color to paint my white core. Maybe I feel unloved. I'm just air looking for a snowy white dove. Maybe this confusion. Maybe I just want a sudden change to this boring situation. Maybe I'm hungry. Maybe that's why I smell steak, pies, and curry. Maybe I'm just cold. Maybe I'm tired of playing this hand, so I fold. Maybe it's writer's block. Maybe I need dynamite to blow away this rock. Maybe there are so many things. I'm alive, which means my days keep on singing. Thank you. And last but not least, this is called The Loser King. I remember when I was a kid. I was so small. My mind was more blank than any wall. I remember when I wore goggles. Kids teased me saying you didn't look right. The light helped me see the childish fights. I remember kids called me special ed. I could make a guess, but only God knows why. It was for my darling head. I sighed, wept, and cried. I remember reading comics, heroes basking in limelight, never get hurt from spite hits or lonely nights. I remember being a nerd, hearing the kids laugh like hyenas. My tears ran down slower than any slugs. I remember when I was bullied, punks beat me black and blue. I was only a kid, I didn't know what to say or what to do. I remember when I didn't know how to read. The books haunted me. I faked it. I didn't know how to see. I remember books perplexed me. Rolly patterns I didn't understand. The confusion stung like bees. Only bright virtue I thirst and demand. I remember getting bad grades. Teachers used to bite my ears off. They didn't know whether to scream or to scoff. I remember being slow. My mind was a turtle. Everything was to hear. Nobody helped, shared, or cared. I remember being poor, scavenging like a little mouse. Watch other rodents scratch, nibble, and pounce. I remember when I didn't have any friends. The loneliness eats away at me, hoping someone could keep me company, please. I remember my life was so cold, body getting engulfed in a snowy hurricane. frozen solid from pale hopes, frigid dreams, and bitter pains. I remember having my mom, but never my dad. I used to blame myself if I did something more hurtful or bad. I remember wishing I wasn't born. I needed to escape from the misery, wishing I was a bug on the clear blue sea. I remember my first love. She never noticed me, not even my name. I used to run and hide away from the shame. I remember being a little loser. I used to condemn it, but I wear it with pride. Now I know the skies are bluer on the other side. Thank you.
Yeah, you're amazing, Ed.
You're
I'm
amazing.
impressed. I'm impressed you can go from such like a deep, heavy poem from time to just like, thank you. We love you, man. How can people follow and support your work online?
And I love you guys too. And remember, come to this wonderful open mic that makes our Monday Night City Light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. And don't forget about tumble words. So you heard the bird is the word. But you want to follow me, please for free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is Eddie Foreman 92. And remember, if the mic's right, I'll be there to shine my fantastic insights. If you want to send me a question, you take guess. The answer is yes. Hope everyone stay happy, safe, and blessed. Never stop spewing the wonderful words inside your chest. Never stop feeling and being and doing your best. And remember, you're more important. You're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your flow and don't stop your glow. If you don't know, now you know. How I love this show. Woo!
I love it, man. It's not a Monday without that right there. Thank you, Ed. And fantastic, everyone in Washington D.C. Go follow, support him. Oh, my cat just walked into the room. He wants pets today. I don't know if anyone has done this. We got yeah, anyway, sorry, I got distracted so bad. All right. Oh, we got Tanisha in the house. Tanisha just joined us from San Francisco. So Tanisha is going to read a little something, then I'll read, and then we'll pass it over to Dan. So if Dan, if you could hear that, or otherwise Kit can fill you in. Okay. But right now we're going to go from Washington D.C. to San Francisco. She has a book out. Let's welcome Tanish back to the mic. Thanks for making it. I'm glad you're here. When you're ready.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm off camera today. My computer is really out of juice, so this one is from a workshop a few weeks ago, and then I'll do one from Temple Words too. The freedom to smoke is also a chain of smoke. It binds desire. With sour, it spikes the taste buds on the sides of my tongue, while my lungs absorb tar, and what lives inside exhales like a wrestle. In 10 years' time, I'll be heaving a leaf. I'll be coughing a sticky syrup that takes the air out with it. I don't know how much longer I can handle smoking the flicker it helps to live in this world, the flick of the ash of the embers as it burns, a flame I can control in the moon crackle of light when the sun sets, and the moon you can sometimes see when the fog lets you. It's all choppy. Okay, and then this one is from Tumblewords. The touch of the heart against the rib cage. If I zoom in on my chest, I think I can feel it. So much of the mind is trained to not feel the inner workings of the body. If it wasn't, we'd be in too much pain. Organs rubbing against each other, muscles moving tendons. Yes, I do. I think I do feel the tendon in my outer kneecap, the buffer of the joint. It's a sensitivity, something naked, delicate, like the soft graze of a cool comforter against the high arches of your feet. I think that's what I'll end with. And yeah, thanks, Richie. Unless
Go ahead, sorry.
no, it's okay. No.
Well, I was just gonna say if you had any plugs, links, anything you wanted to share really quick too before we move on.
Yeah, I'll put my book is out. It's called Thawing, and I'll put that in the chat. And I guess I want to like, share the the thing about Gustav as well, because I hear that his condition hasn't changed at all. And that's really scary. And that's it, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you and appreciate the update. Yeah. Um, thank you, Tanish. Thanks for those pieces. Again, congrats on the book, and of course, keeping good stuff in our thoughts there. If you want to, I think last week we shared a link so people can help. If you want to share that again, and I'll put it on the live stream. Yeah, thank you, Gustav. We're pulling for you. Uh, we got to go do some timestamps and see the last times you came through too, just so we can share those. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share a piece. Dan is here. He's already with Kit. I see you guys. I wasn't gonna perform, but it's a thin enough list. I'm just gonna do one cover poem just so I can practice. I do have it's a busy week. I have something every single day of the week. Again, that's not uncommon, but I do have a feature on Wednesday with the nitty gritty. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Kit did one of the first ones, so that's super cool. Our friend Melody BWOMS, aka Wrecking Bell, has been hosting these Wednesday Instagram live sessions. It's a lot of the features are going to be performing live on Friday at Star City Studio on the west side. That's on Castellanos. It is the nitty gritty VIP showcase and open mic. So I'm gonna do something special for that performance, and I'm gonna do some of my jazz poetry with my friend Bruno, who's gonna be there on stand-up bass. I'm gonna try and see if I can film, record that session. Especially because my friend Bruno is gonna be going to grad school in Austin, so he's getting ready to leave soon. So I asked him, I know we always work in ensembles, but I would love to do a poetry performance, just me and you, stand up bass and spoken word, improv, so that's going to mean a lot to me. I feel bad that it's the same day as Fernando's speed racer party. Otherwise, I would be there. But yeah, shout out to Fernando. Check Fernando out on Tumblewords on Saturday. And go check out Aaron Georges if you have the time as well. Thursday, well, I'll be at Sheepdog. Come say hi to us at Old Sheepdog on Thursday. Have a beer. And all right, this is a cover poem that I've been wanting to read for a while now. It just happened that it never really fit into my sets because they were already long as it was. I'm already talking enough, so that's like 2 or 3 poems worth of talking already, I imagine. But this one, it's kind of one of my favorites, and I'm sure you guys have heard it. It's a famous one. This is The Heart and the Fist by Rudy Francisco. And the article says, the Mexican government confiscates approximately 30,000 legal firearms per year. When the guns are taken, they get dismantled, and the metal is used to make other types of weapons that will later be utilized by their military. In 2012, Pedro Reyes, an artist from Mexico City, convinced his government to donate the guns to him, and he turned them into musical instruments. So somewhere there's a tambourine, a drum set, a guitar, all made by things that were used to take people's lives. But now they create sounds that puts life back into people's bodies, which is, you say, a weapon will always be a weapon, but we choose how we fight the war. And from this, I learned that even the most destructive instruments can still create a melody worth dancing to. And sometimes, don't we also call that a battle? I wonder how long it took to convince the first rifle that it can hold a note instead of a bullet, but still fire into a crowd and make everyone move. When I was 6, I was taught how to throw a punch. And in the 80s, that was the anti-bullying movement. The first time one of my classmates took a yo mama joke a little too far, I remembered my training. So I turned his nose into a fountain. My fist 5 pennies. I closed my eyes, made a wish. I came home with bloody knuckles, and it was the first piece of artwork my family hung on the fridge. I remember staring at my hands, the same way you stare at a midterm when all your answers are correct. I didn't know what class this was, but I didn't know. But I did know I was passing. And isn't that what masculinity has become? A bunch of dudes afraid of their own feelings, terrified of any emotion but anger, yelling at the shadow on the wall, but still haven't realized that we're the ones standing in front of the light. We learn how to dodge and jab. We learn how to step in before we swing. We learn that the heart is the same size as a fist, but we keep forgetting that they don't have the same functions. We keep telling each other to man the fuck up when we don't know what the fuck that even means. We turn our boys into bayonets. We point them in the wrong direction. We pull their triggers, and then we just ignore all the damage they're doing in the distance. The word repurpose. It means to take an object and give it amnesia. It means to make something forget what it's been trained to do so you can use it for a better reason. I am learning that this body is not a shotgun. I am learning that this body is not a pistol. I am learning that a man is not defined by what he can destroy. I am learning that a person who only knows how to fight can only communicate in violence. And that shouldn't be anyone's first language. I'm learning that the only difference between a garden and a graveyard is what you choose to put in the ground. You see, once I came across a picture of a strange looking violin. The caption said it was made out of a rifle. I thought to myself, someday that can be me. All right, so that's one of my favorite takes on addressing masculinity, and it's a beautiful piece. Like a lot of the imagery in there. So that's Rudy Francisco. If you guys haven't heard, check him out. Yeah, so check me out on Wednesday, Instagram Live. That's the Nitty Gritty open mic with Wrecking Bell, and then Friday at Star City Studio. Again, Tuesday we have the open mic at Mono Bar. Come on through if you have a chance. Sign up starts at 8, and then Old Sheepdog Brewery on Thursday. Sign up starts at 7. So hope to see any of you guys there if you're in the area. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and kick things off as a gentleman who is 1 year older. That's right. He's been flying around the sun and he's still in space, which is why he's calling in from his phone. That's right. He's calling in from his spaceship around orbit. That's right. It is Birthday Dan, Dan the man in the spot. When you're ready, Dan, go ahead and take it away. Happy Monday. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Richie. Hi, hello, everybody. I thought I was supposed to get a new phone, but unfortunately, it hit a snag. What a drag. No thanks to the old hag who just all he had to do is just a phone. I thought it was home free, but no, it just hit a snag. Kind of like an egg. You know what I mean? Yeah, can't believe, but at least I got plenty of tags and good presents of bags. Yeah, only can't believe it's always in a bean bag, but yeah, hit a snag. What a zigzag, and don't even ask for a doggy bag. You know what I mean? What a drag. Okay. And yes, 31 years. Well, no fears. No fears. 41 years is here. Yeah, I'm all ears. And according to Edison's ear, yeah, the new single, years. Yeah. Yes, 41 years been flying by. Yeah. How really high that is. High. And yes, the star belongs to the sky. Yeah. Oh, well. But even though I appreciate all your birthday wishes, and yep, there's plenty like fishes and sea. Yeah. So they're like, it's like doing the dishes. Yeah. Yeah, 41 birthday wishes. speaking of 41, yeah, 41 shots. Yeah, reminds me of Bruce Springsteen's song, 41 shots. Yeah. Oh, what a day. Well, what a night. Yeah. Wasn't having a good birthday, but that's a long story. Hopefully the negative will be out of sight, but the positive will be full of light. So, well, what can I say? Happy birthday to me. Yeah, and that was yesterday and last night. So, all right. And again, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for all your birthday wishes out there. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do an update for my blog. I think this will be either tomorrow or Wednesday. So, well, we do have a surprise for you tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna like this one. So I guess you'll see it. So hope you guys like it. All right, guys, you can still follow me on Instagram, and for those of you who have me on Facebook, please follow me there. Okay, and yeah. So, and again, my blog's currently on hiatus. I'm about 2 months away till my 10-year anniversary, a decade. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not gonna make 1,000 episodes. So, all right. Okay, guys. I hope to keep you posted. So, if I don't see him tomorrow on Mona, I'll see him Thursday at the Old Sheepdog Brewery, which I'll be a little bit late for the performance because Jim Ward's going to be playing at Cold Canyon Nights. Looking forward for that. Okay. And especially Buck Cherry this Saturday. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night. Again, thank you for your birthday wishes and happy birthday, Fernie. Okay. All right, Richie. Tell Kit, and let's go ahead and call it a night. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Did you get all that, Kit? Awesome. Appreciate. Thanks for helping out as always.
New frontier.
Yeah, man.
Barbed wire open mic.
Shout out again the Kit. Also, by the way, if you guys do have us on YouTube and check out the online mic, at some point, Kit always adds timestamps. So for those of you documenting performances or keeping track of it, or if you just want to revisit certain performers and performances in the past 4 years, go check out the timestamps provided by Kit. Great service. Again, check out Tumblewords and catch them hosting Thursday at Old Sheepdog. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. Again, if you're an EPCC student, just shoot me a message. You can look up my name in the directory right there. See that? If you can pause it. You can write the name down. You can just type my name in the directory. I teach English. I'm at Rio Grande campus, so just shoot me an email and I'll get you the info to get that Tejano passport credit. Hopefully, you guys enjoying your summer classes. I know they're kind of rushed and fast paced, but that's summer classes for you. Stay cool, keep it fresh, and I'll see you guys. Hopefully, see any of you guys during our live shows. Otherwise, we'll be back next Monday. If you want to perform, then just be on the lookout for the sign up sheet. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't had a chance to. Follow us on Instagram. The link to our link tree can be found in both of those, including a link to our calendar. And anytime that we have a link for the online mic. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. Says Dan, to use a phrase from Dan. I'm gonna call it a night. But many of us are gonna hang around afterwards for the after party. If you ever just want to hang out with us after the show, hey, let me know. Hit us up. We're gonna be around. Good night, everyone. See you when I see you. Peace.